One, two, three. Here we go. All right, everybody. We want to welcome to Mom and Dad Talks. We have some special guests here, all the way from Arizona, by way of Michigan, but Michigan's really their home. But I'll introduce them in just a second. Right now, you're wondering what in the world we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about enthusiasm, the secret in obtaining energy for the task ahead. Okay, what do we mean by that here? Watch this, everybody. Ralph Waldo Emerson says this: nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. It's so important. Colossians 3:23 states this: and whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men. So whatever you do, you got to give all that you have, right? But I love this one, Ecclesiastes 9:10. Whatsoever thy findeth to do, do with thy might, for there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest. And we're going to talk about enthusiasm. One of the things that people always say, Todd, you always come with enthusiasm every time you come to work. You come with enthusiasm every time. I mean, it's so contagious. What makes this bubble and stuff? Well, you know what, folks, you're going to find out today. My mom and dad, can we talk about this enthusiasm? Because this is where I got it from, these two. And people may think they're the opposite, but, they're the same. So I'm going to start with you all. And I want you to, first, before we begin, can you introduce our friends today?
Sure will.
Okay.
This is our friends. They were here in Michigan and left Michigan to go to Arizona. But we have Stan and Sandy Smith.
Hi.
They are here in Michigan for a few weeks, and we're gonna take up a lot of their time.
We're semi-tired now.
Yep. Semi-retired? Oh, okay. Or tired? Are you tired or retired?
Tired.
I love it.
And we're just plain tired.
I love it. I love it, everybody. So, not to be introduced, let's talk about this enthusiasm. And let me explain something. My parents, they had this little system that I just couldn't halfway do stuff, just so you can set the thing. I had to give everything I had to whatever task they gave me. So, why did you all do that?
Well, I think what it was is I personally wanted you to be your very best at all times. That's why when I started out, I remember teaching you how to mow the grass. And I had to have the grass mowed a certain way. If it wasn't mowed that way, I would ask Todd, do it again. Todd, do it again until it was done right. And that was for the standpoint of perfection, doing things the right way. My father always told me, and that's where I guess I got it. If you're going to do anything, do it right. Because if you do it right, you only have to do it one time. If you do it wrong, you will keep doing it over and over until it's right. So do it right the first time. My father was a plasterer, and my job was to mix the mortar. And I remember that first time I just threw in the plaster, put in the water, hold it out, and it looked good to me. He'd say, Delbert, come back here, do it again. That's not the way I want it.
Were you enthusiastic?
So I said, oh no. So I had more plaster, mix it up. Nope. So I want it like oatmeal. And then I said, oh, that's the way you want it. So that's how I got it. I kept doing it until I got it the way he wanted it. And then every time we would go out to work, I was always in charge of mixing the plaster, the brown coat and the finish coat. The brown coat was coarse, the finish coat was fine. It had to be a certain way. If it wasn't, he'd make me do it over and over again. So that's where I got, when I do woodworking, it's not done until it's done the way I want it done. And I think that's where I got it from. Because he instilled on me, and at first I hated it. I said, Dad, why can't I just unload the bricks, sir? And I said, nope, you're going to mix the mortar. Why can't I just clean up afterwards? Nope, you're going to mix the mortar. So that's where I got it from, I think.
So that was enthusiasm. Did you get enthusiasm?
No, it wasn't enthusiasm. It was things had to be just right.
Yeah.
Just right. Because his saying was, if you do things right the first time, you don't have to do it again.
And let me tell y'all, my dad would make me do it, but I couldn't do it with an attitude. I had to change my attitude. Hey, change that attitude. Okay. I had to smile, change my attitude.
I did have attitude.
But I could have that attitude, Dad. And
well, I knew the game. I knew the game. They say the bad student always makes the best teacher.
Yes.
Because the bad student knows all the games that you play for the teacher. So I knew the game.
And it was amazing. Now people would look at my mom, and she always takes a task. So, how do you get your enthusiasm, Mom? And where does it come from?
Well, I always say, if I'm going to do anything, I got to do it right. So if I'm going to have a dinner, and invite people over, I've got to have everything all lined up and know what I've got to have. I'm going to serve, and I just have to get enthusiastic about whatever I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. I have to get enthusiastic. I can't ever take on a task that I can say, you know what, I really don't want to do this. But whatever I commit to do, I have to have some enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, playing the piano, I am enthusiastic about that. And this morning I was really enthusiastic at church.
Mm-hmm.
Had my buddy Stan, he played his trumpet this morning. I'm telling you. And we got some amens out of the audience when we were through.
Oh, praise.
Yeah.
He's the Louis Armstrong of the West Side Church.
Oh, right. And see, that's the thing. Everything I was always taught, give everything you have, right? And I always had to pump myself up, no matter if it was chores, no matter mowing the lawn, whatever was school, I had to come up there and be ready for school, right? So it's always this little routine I would get into. And I'm like, okay, I got to get into it because my parents told me I got to give everything I have. And there was no half-stepping. So I always had, even when, and I had the Smiths talk because I want to hear their comments, but even when I tried out for basketball, you just said, son, give everything you have. And because of people who do not know, I'm a Seventh-day Adventist. We don't play basketball on Friday nights or Saturdays. And he said, even if you get cut, let them know you gave everything you have.
Mm-hmm.
So every day I went to practice, my coach got the best of me. There was no half-stepping. There was no, okay, I'm going to get cut. No. If I'm going to get cut, you're going to cut me, but you're going to cut me because I did my best. And I think a lot of people, even when bad things are happening or they feel bad things are happening, they stop. And you don't know what can happen. And I remember in my life beating teams that we always lost to, but you always got the best of me. And if it fell short, it fell short. You never know. And then one day, those things turned into W's. I started to beat the teams that once were beating me. And I realized, you know what? Just keep on giving everything you have. Even if you lose, you're going to get better. So, go ahead, Mom.
I just want to interject. When you first started school in first grade, you really didn't know really what school was all about when you started first grade. But I remember the teacher over at Niles Adventist School saying, Todd, he's very energetic. She says every day he comes into the school, he goes over there in the corner and he stands on his head, and she says he does this very, very religiously. So I began getting a little disgusted and disappointed in that type of activity that he was doing, that you were doing. And I thought, well, maybe I started him in school a little early. Maybe I should pull him out this semester and start him second semester, and he'll do better. Or before I start him in school, maybe I should put him in a circus so that he wants to stand on his head. He can do good job at that.
And make money at the same time.
Yeah, there you go.
Pay for my education.
Yeah, so that was when you were 7 years old doing that. But you were energetic in whatever you started out to do. And I must interject that you were so energetic that all through your high school days, all 4 years, and I have your report card to prove it, you were not absent or tardy those 4 years of school.
Oh, wow.
And I say that's very being energetic.
And let me explain, people, I made a decision. I found out the difference between why I was not doing well in school versus well in school, that the longer I stay in school without absences, I did well. I put the 2 and 2 together. And I said, you know what? I want to do something. I want to spend all 4 years of my high school career to never miss a day. I made that commitment. and I was determined to not miss a day. And I was enthusiastic about every day. Like every day showing up for 4 years, never missing school, that's ridiculous, right? I look at back now, I was like, man, I had to be crazy. But you got to be inspired. You know what I'm saying? And so I brought every day, like I'm determined to give everything I have for this day. They're going to get everything I had got. I'm going to study hard. I'm going to do my best. And that's what I did every day for school. The rest is all history. We won't go into all that stuff. We can talk to Mom and Dad Talks another time. But I had to approach my day with enthusiasm to give everything. You got to pump yourself up. You don't go to war thinking, okay, I'm going to go to war. No, you go to war saying, I'm going to go to war, but you're going to get everything I have because that may be your last day. I'll never forget this, and I want the Smiths to talk here in just a second. Michael Jordan said that he played every game as though it was going to be his last game. That's why he was the greatest basketball player of all time. And I want you to think about it. He still got nervous. He still was going against giants, but he did not want to lose. But he says, you know what? If I'm going to go into it, they're going to get everything I got. So if I die tonight, they can't say I left it I didn't leave anything on the floor. So you know what? That is such the beautiful thing that you guys instilled in me, is to get everything you have. And I think especially for young people and children, don't kind of do something. Do it. Do it. Give everything you have. So I want to hear from the Smiths. What do you see? What's your secret for enthusiasm? Let me hear from you all real quick before we get out of here.
Well, I think that, it's an attitude.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to come to the end of the day and say, hey, I could have done that better. I could have done that better. And you want to do your best. But an attitude is something that you can choose. You can control it. You can say, either I'm going to be a sourpuss about this, or I'm going to be happy. And I find that if I choose to be happy, no matter what comes my way, you look at the bright side.
Yeah.
You say, hey, maybe I broke my leg, but I know somebody that doesn't have any legs. Right? And so you look at it that way, and it makes all the difference in the world.
Being grateful, right? Say, hey, I got this opportunity. Let me I just love that. Love that. You want to say anything real quick?
Oh, me,
Sandy.
Yes. Sandy.
Yeah. You back there. You're like a cheerleader. Let's hear from you real quick, and we'll just say one more thing, and then we're gonna let it go and have a great time. This has been great. Talk to me.
When I was in the 3rd grade, that's basically in the summer times we lived with our grandparents, and my grandmother was a seamstress, and she taught me how to sew. In the 3rd grade, but when she taught me how to sew, if the line wasn't straight, you had to rip it out, and you had to do it again, and you had to rip it out, and you do it again. So it didn't take long for you to learn how to concentrate and make that line straight. And I think that's pretty much stuck with me all my life, that if I want to, because I get made fun of sometimes because I'm so meticulous, but I think it just gets absorbed into you, and I like having things look nice, and part of that is from my learning.
And always be open to realize there's always a better way of doing something.
Yeah.
Yes.
And even though you think it made me better, at least try it and see. Because I remember with Stan, I do woodworking, and I was pretty well happy with my finishing. And then one day, I forgot where we were, but Stan showed me how to wet sand. And so I said, okay, let me try this with my woodworking. And I've been wet sanding ever since. So always be open for a better way of doing something. Try it. If it works, fine. If it doesn't work,
you learn something.
Learn something. So your life as a Christian means that you are a lifelong learner. God will teach you something every single day of your life. You just have to be listening to that still small voice, and He will teach you. Just listen.
Well, folk, there it is. Try to be perfect. Reach every day. Teach your kids how to be perfect. And yeah, they're gonna mess up, but however, it's not a bad thing because you're gonna instill in them that I gotta do it, I gotta do it. And think about it. You kept on trying until you got it right. The whole thing. Yeah, go ahead, Dad.
I think it was Thomas Edison said, when he invented the light bulb and he was failing so much, he made the statement, well, at least now I know there are 99 ways of not being successful.
That old thing, give it the old college try.
Mm-hmm.
Those things hold true, folks. Give it everything you have. So approach it. Yeah, go ahead.
And learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
Learn from your mistakes. Just don't throw up your hands. I give up. Learn.
Mm-hmm.
Why did it fail? What happened?
That's growth. See, so you know what? This has been great. I'm glad for the Smiths to be here.
Amen.
Mom and Dad, you guys did a great job today. Really appreciate it. Mom, any parting shots before we get off of this here? Are you good?
No, I'm good. I just say give it whatever you have to do it with all your might.
Yes.
Get excited, enthusiastic about what you're doing.
Yeah, make a party out of everything, folks. If you're going to do some labor, make a party out of it. Like, you know what? I'm going to do this work. We're going to get pumped up. I hate it, but yes, we're going to get excited. Guess what? That pumps everybody up like we're going to work. So bring the energy. Bring the energy. Bring the energy. All right. Love you guys and hope everybody listens today. Hope you learned something. And till next time. Till next time, everybody.
All right.
All right.
We're going to meet again. All right. Have a good one. Mom and Dad Talks. Out.